Welcome back, nerds. Fino here with a guide for the Christmas 2021 Challenge Quest. This fight pits you against Nightingale and 3 other enemies, all of whom have break bars. This was as close to a non-whale team as I could stomach. Borrowed Scotty and 4-star main attacker being the outliers. I'd say that's pretty reasonable. When you're team building, you'll want to pack Invuln, Pierce, or Sure Hit of some sort on your main attacker. Lartoria is especially good if you can get one off your friends list, otherwise if you want to use a main attacker without those effects, run Sweet Crystal. It helps a lot. For this particular run, I opted for Ryder Astolfo. He has an event damage bonus and synergy with Traces of Christmas's Past. Also has a spammable evade for a nice touch. I'd recommend running a Lancer as your anchor. I opted for Kagetora since she's got an offensive bent, but it's not like the class has any shortage of viable anchors. Also worth noting, my George has 500-year obsession. It's not necessary, but if you can get Nightingale to kill him, that buys you a lot of time. How this fight goes is at the start of her turn, Nightingale uses a random buff on one of her allies. Crit buffs, attack buffs, or the most punishing option, a 20k heal. That last one makes attempts to chip out enemies extremely inconsistent. For this reason, I'd strongly recommend hitting them hard and fast, especially at the start. The big threat in this run is having 2 AoE NPs come on consecutive turns, Nightingale and either Bunyan or Cha-Cha. You'll want to parry these with evades and invulns while you go heavy on DPS. Hard mitigation is ideal, but failing that, you can run Mash with some other source of defense, and have her use both her regular skill-based defense buff and her NP. If you can get another defense buff on top of that, you should be able to take a Nightingale NP. But while going hard and fast is all good in concept, the enemies don't make it easy for you. Each of them has a break bar, as I said earlier, and 3 of them activate team-wide effects when they're broken. Nightingale gives 2 stacks of evade, which is why you use Invuln Pierce. Bunyan gives 2 hits of massive damage reduction. You'll want to layer garbage carts in front of your haymakers to stop yourself from slowing down too much. And Medusa reduces your defense. Unlike the others, Cha-Cha just gives herself a buster buff. If anyone else is alive when Nightingale goes down, they get real ornery and come at you with new buffs. Cha-Cha gets crit chance, Medusa increases her team's defense, and Bunyan gives her team accelerated charge, though it's highly unlikely she's alive at this point. That's really about it. It might take you a few tries depending on your damage range luck, but as long as you have some source of Invuln, Pierce, or Sure Hit, it's not ridiculously hard. I even did a test run with Jalter Lily, and aside from me stacking my backline poorly, it actually went quite deep. So check your available event servants, and I'm sure you can find a decent attacker to build your team around. Just make sure they're an AoE attacker. I tried a bunch of test runs with single target attackers, and while it seemed doable, the damage ranges are really tight, especially with low rarities. Like I had a Caesar run that was going pretty well, but if you miss a break bar by even 1,000 health, then Nightingale just starts pumping them up and it gets really hard to finish it. It's the lower probability option, and I wouldn't recommend it. But yeah, TLDR, find a good AoE, get Invuln Pierce, profit. Hope you guys found that useful, and I'll talk to you next time. Peace.
どんな波にも負けません。
我が名に紐付けられし力、我が声に応えて門を開け。来たれ我が城、影の城、ゲートオブスカイ。
それは全ての傷、全ての怨恨を癒す我らが故郷。権限せよ、ロード・キャメロット。嘘の耳。問題ありません。慣れておりますので。その指は鉄、その髪は折り、そのささやきは甘き毒。これが私、カレス・オブ・ザ・メドゥーサ。今はご遠慮願います。
毒あるものを拭い去り、害あるものを打ち砕く。失礼、アサルトメディシン、フルバーストフォーティー。
ご遠慮願います。たわけ者。
命令とな。ささやかに。
嘘の耳。
ベルトリンコアンプル残留十分。ベルヘ高らかになれ。
このチャチャがオールウェイズお見通し。
どうぞ。こういうこともできる古きルール。
これでどうかな。では行くぞ。
はい行くぞ。楽しみます。せーの。嘘の耳。
ベルトリンコアンプル残留十分。清潔に。
たわけ
そこ。
者。UV カットセット。プールサイドは走りません。はい楽しみます。よしせーの。うさ耳。
そうですか。問題ありません。慣れておりますので。ベルトリンコアンプル残留十分。清潔に。
このチャチャからは日輪すら逃れられぬ。ゆけい。知識は朽ちぬ煉獄のものの二つ。いざや降臨。剣南魔界一輪じゃお月様。任せ。行くぞ。君の真の力を見せてみろヒポグリフ。うさ耳。てりゃてりゃてりゃ。いたぞ。チャチャのなんかすごい力を食らう。
これでどうかな。まさか。
ただいま蒸発中。
どれにしようかな。ちょっと湿気。
おいしい。
鎧は胸にあり。
任せて。
いいでしょう。我が義を見よ。
よし。
いいでしょう。
君の真の力を見せてみろヒポグリフ。嘘の耳。
吹き飛ぶ。
いたぞ。
問題ありません。慣れておりますので。毒あるものを拭い去り、害あるものを打ち砕く。失礼。アサルトメディシンフルバーストパーティー。力。どうぞ。運は天にあり。押していいでしょう。 長尾影虎水産行くぞ。美点発動車係の陣邪魔をした悪い子吹き飛べ立ちすさべ八花両乱
このチャチャがオールウェイズのたわけ者。
いいでしょいいでしょ。はあせれはっなあ風化雪月狂い酒八花両乱。
イエイ大勝利。かくしてアストルフは去るのであった。